Hello, this is old Mr. Kent, and a few days ago my friend Jody Thomas asked me what I was going to do with my Air 2S, and because it's going to be required to transmit the location of takeoff and where it's at, and people just put an app on their phone and they can tell where my drone took off from. If my Mini 3 Pro weighs less than half a pound, so it isn't required to transmit that information. And so I told Jody, I said, give me a little while to think about it, and I'll come up with a video. And like, for instance, he was wondering if he should sell his, or if I was going to sell mine. And so my answer is no, I'm not going to sell it, because even though it's transmitting my takeoff and location, if I just fly it around home here and use it every once in a while, it'll come in handy. If I just fly it around home here, it'll come in handy, because as you can see, it looks like we'll just pretend that my grandson landed his Mini 2 on top of the hay barn, and we'll pretend we didn't have a ladder that was tall enough to get up on top of the hay barn, and the only solution we had was to pick it up using my Air 2S. So I'm hanging on to it because it's handy for a lot of different things. There's once in a while you want to have two drones. I've got some videos which I'll try to remember to put a link to them, of where I was trying to track one drone with another. And and there's been other times way back when I used the same system here to do a candy drop, and I used my DJI Mavic 2 to pick, and then at the same time I used my Bebop to film the candy drop. So anyway, I'll try to put links on there at the end of this video and so forth. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna hang on to my Air 2S, because I may not want to fly it out far away, but it comes in handy here. And not only that, but those of us in the drone community, we dread this, because it's one more rule we have to follow. But people outside of the drone community, they have no idea about drones or anything, and so if there's a drone flying around, they probably don't pay a whole lot of attention to it, and they don't care. And then also the people that do care and happen to get the app for their phone, it's just kind of interesting. Like I have an app for my phone to follow aircraft, and my location is where that blue dot is, and then the plane that is coming overhead took off from the Mesa Gateway Airport, Phoenix Airport, near Phoenix, and so it's kind of interesting to watch the planes that are flying around like that. So planes already transmit that information. And on September 16th at 12:01 a.m., drones heavier than half a pound, they will be required to transmit the same information. And there's a lot of, the problem is because there are some people out there that are very, very unhappy and hate everybody, and they like to harass people. And so if there's some guy that doesn't like drones flying over, then he can find out where you're located and harass you for the rest of your life. And so that's why it's not a likable thing. And by the way, I managed to hook it on the first try, and so I got to get it away from the roof and then lower it down to the ground. So I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on to my Air 2S. I'll be using it once in a while for different things, and then if I want to fly off in a distance, I'll just use my Mini 3 Pro. So that's my plan. And I would, the like I said, it's not that big of a deal to everybody else outside the drone community. And so I've got it down low enough, and there I got it. So that's how I got it off the roof without using a without using a ladder. And the gadget that I have on my drone, that's one of the reasons I told Jody to wait, because I wanted to get that ordered. I had one for my Mavic 2, but don't even have the Mavic 2 anymore. And it's got a release on it so that you can when you're trying to pick something up, if you get your string caught on something, then you can release it, make a new string and a new hook, and start over again. And you'll want to be sure to be able to release your hook, because then otherwise your drone sits up there with the other drone or whatever you went up to pick up. There it is. It's looking down there, and it's I think I'm going to drop it here, and so that's how you release it. Anyway, it's a handy little device, and yep, I'm keeping my Air 2S. Want to thank you for watching, and God bless.